everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson and I have some updates for you. So many of you have reached out on several different things and wondering what's going on. And also many of you have asked, can I see a tour of your coffee station? So I got a whole bunch of stuff for you. So hang in there with me and let's go over a few updates. First of all, I wanted to apologize. Many of you have been commenting and I found a ton of comments. I've been going through them over the last 2 days, wishing me and my family a happy Thanksgiving and belated happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And I apologize for all those people that have had a delayed response. I don't know how, I'm still new at YouTube and I don't know how all the comments come through, but for some reason I had gaps of comments that were sort of in a mixed other comments that were responded to and some weren't. But if you were one of the people I did not respond to, I apologize. Hopefully I got everyone covered tonight. I spent hours going through and weeding through all the comments that I think I missed. So if I missed you and you had a question, not to worry, just leave another comment and hopefully we'll get caught up on that. So I just wanted to let you know, I didn't mean to forget any of you. You were all very special to me and I appreciate every single comment. So thanks for hanging in there with me on that. The next comment, I get emails and I get asked all the time, whatever happened to Mornings with Granny? Some of you are my new friends through her channel and her and I had been corresponding. Long story short is this, she had some several major family situations arise. On top of that, once all that passed, she had some other things happen. I'm not going to go into those details. That's not my place to do that. But her and I have a mutual friend outside of YouTube land, and I connected with that person who is in constant correspondence with her, and she's just going through a rough time. So I'll just leave it at that. She is safe. She's fine, but she needs some prayer, and she needs some good vibes. She needs to be uplifted. So if you think of her, just pray for her. I don't know if she's accepting any more comments right now on her channel, but if you felt the urge to do that and you can leave a comment, please go ahead and do that. So just, you know, for those of you that have been wondering, some of you will have no clue what that is even in reference to. So what else have you all been asking me? Well, some of you have noticed my videos have been sporadic and I've not been able to get caught up, and yes, life does take over and sometimes that happens, but that's not been the case in our family over the last few weeks. So we had been around someone, and I'll be careful using terminology because from what I understand on YouTube, they don't like certain words being used. So I'll just let you know that my husband and myself and my son had been around someone that had tested positive, and I'll leave that up to your imagination. And my husband developed what we thought was a stuffy nose and a head cold and a bit of a cough, nothing major. And because we had been near somebody, they called us to say, just want to let you know I had a test done and it showed up positive. So that alarmed us to go and have some tests done as well. My husband came up positive and I came up negative. So from everything we've been told from the doctors and the Board of Health and, you know, all of that good stuff, that most likely because we lived in the same household prior to even the test being done, most likely either I'll get it and my son will get it, or if we didn't have it, we will get it. So it's kind of like rub elbows, you know, get everybody together in the same room and get it done with. So what has happened is, because Graham has epilepsy on top of having this well-known virus, that it just slowed him down quite a bit, and I had to be an extra caregiver, and we both had to be under quarantine for that. And during that time, within a day of my husband not feeling good, I have seasonal allergies during this time of the year, always. So does my son. So we got the sniffles, we got a bit of a cough, we wrote it off that we have seasonal allergies. Everything seemed to link to that in the beginning for me. My eyes were itching, my ears were itching, all my normals. But then within a day or so, I noticed that the itching was gone, but I still had the lingering cough and head cold feeling, nothing major, but just other little things, which I'm not going to get into all the details. But we started noticing other little things that were happening with me, but everything was coincidental. All of a sudden, food didn't taste great, but I was cooking more simplistic food like oatmeal for my husband because he wasn't hungry. So I thought it was just the oatmeal and, you know, all those types of things. And then I had a candle that was almost down to the very end, and I thought it lost its fragrance because I couldn't smell it anymore because it was all the way down to the end. Well, bottom line was I lost my sense of smell. I've lost most of my sense of taste. I did have, you know, the head, the cough. So if you could add up all of those types of symptoms, you'll know exactly what I'm referring to. So it has run the gamut in my family. We are all well. No one has anything major. No one had to go to the hospital or anything like that in reference to what we've been dealing with under those symptoms, I guess you'd say, and that particular virus. So we're all well, and my dad, yes, my dad, many of you know, had to go to the hospital. It was related to that partially. He and my mom both under the weather with that. My mom is home, my mom is doing well. My dad had to go to the hospital, not only from that, but he had several other issues all rolled up into one. He needed to be in the hospital. So he was there for about a week. While he was there, we were recuperating. My mother was recuperating. Nobody could see each other. We were all under quarantine. We all had to stay separate in each other's homes and or hospitals. So the only thing we could do was text, talk on the phone, send an email, and that type of thing, and we've made it work. My father has since been recovered. We've all been cleared to be able to go out in public and face the world once again. So we have some residual side effects. I still cannot smell a candle. Taste buds are, some things I can taste to a minimal, and some things I don't think I can taste. My husband has not had problems with that. We're still all stuffy in the head and a little bit of a cough, but nothing to write home about. And my dad is now in the rehab, getting some rehabilitation there, and hopefully we'll be home in the next 2 weeks. So I just wanted to get you guys up to date. I have a great team of people out there in my YouTube land that are always reaching out with great comments, lots of love, lots of TLC. And the minute I don't have a video, I hear, everything okay? I haven't seen you put up a video in a few days. So I just want to let you know, I so appreciate you guys always connecting with me. So without further ado, let me take you into my dining room and I'll give you a tour of my coffee station. Now, let me tell you this, I'm a very functional, very practical person. I like things left out. If I'm going to use a pot and pan, I'd rather it left on the stove than put into a cabinet. My home is not Better Homes and Garden. It's functional, practical, and it suits my purpose. And that's what you're going to find with my coffee station. It would never win a Pinterest prize, but it serves the purpose when guests come to my home and I can entertain or I can take care of my family with what we have. So with that being said, let me bring you over to my dining room. Hey everyone, welcome to my coffee station. Come on in. Thanks for coming to my home. Would you guys like a cup of coffee, cup of tea, hot chocolate? What can I get for you today? So as I'm saying this to you, my dog is hobbling along. I think he thinks, oh yes, Mom's gonna offer me something. So Kip, you need to go in your basket. Go ahead, go lie down. So here is my very practical, functional coffee station. It will never win a prize for the best coffee station around. But you know what will win a prize? When you come over to my home and I have things to offer you. So I try and keep in mind, now granted, this is prior to COVID. This would be when, you know, let's go back to 2019. When you would have people over to your home, I always like to be able to offer a variety and a selection of things. So let me explain the basics of what my coffee station is. I have a Keurig right here, nothing fancy. We have this big, beautiful sign back here. It looks like a chalkboard. And I picked this sign up for $3. You might have seen that on one of my hauls that I did at a thrift store. We got this actually at a garage sale while we were thrifting. And I've doctored it up. I've put different stickers along the side. It says cappuccino, espresso, latte, coffee, macchiato. These were at the Dollar General in a big sheet for $1, and they're on clear backings. So I just did the entire frame in these different coffees. I put this sign up, you might have seen, I got that a few weeks ago. My husband purchased that. Believe you can, and you're halfway there. So keep that note today as something to inspire you. Then I picked up these Rise and Grind coffee bar and Life Happens Coffee Helps. And you can see inside there are coffee beans in these signage. These are probably, I want to say, a year old at the Dollar Tree, and I've hung on to them for a year trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I hot glued them on the top. I just fell in love with this sign. It came from a bakery from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. They went out of business. They were selling this for, I think, $3. Was that right, Graham? Something like that. It was cheap. It was a couple dollars. I just fell in love with the sign. I just thought it's unique and quirky, and I love anything that's quirky and different. And if you want to use the word tacky, sometimes that's okay. So again, we have our Keurig here. I have a little red bucket, and on here it says trash. I put a little label on there. And this way you can put your tea bags and your K-cups and so on right in there. You don't even have to figure out where you want to put it. We have just our little sugar jar here. And I have just a little tray that you can put your coffee on and fix that up. Of course, it's also holiday season, so we have to have some pumpkin spice hot chocolate. So if I have friends and family over, I'd like them to have an option of things to have. We have some North Pole, got to get the right ones, North Pole peppermint sticks for hot chocolate. I also just picked this up, and this is fresh brewed coffee. And this is a candle. Oh man, it is so good. Well, I can imagine, I can't smell a thing because of the update I told you about. I still can't smell, but when I could smell a few days ago, this smells like strong fresh brewed coffee. I got this at Tractor Supply. So that's a candle I keep right there. This was the little teapot. If you saw my thrift shop haul that I just did, my little teacup or teapot that I picked up for $1. I just put that over here. I thought that was quite cute. I have a coffee mug I leave up year round, and it says, let's celebrate Christmas a little bit every day, all year long. If you know me, you know that is my motto in life. Celebrate Christmas a little bit all year long, every day. Then I have this teapot here. This was my grandmother-in-law from Africa. So this teapot is actually from Africa, and I just cherish it. I use it all the time whenever I make a pot of tea, but I treasure it. I've moved it from place to place in the house. Right now, I've enjoyed having it here. Excuse me one moment while I let the dog out. Go ahead, Kippy. Go ahead. And then we have a small jar right here. And this has pumpkins on it. It's left over from the fall season. But some of the K-cups that you get don't have they're just the filter. And so to keep them fresh, I've kept them in here. So we still have a couple of those left, and I'll probably just put this jar to the side once we're done and store it away till next year. I picked up this little Santa tin that many of you had seen, and I put biscottis in here. I always like to have some biscottis near the coffee station. My husband and I enjoy dipping them. Or if you have a friend over and it's the type of thing, hey, come on in for a cup of coffee. You got a few minutes? You don't have to worry about whipping out some cake or cookies or candies or something to entertain. You've already got them right here at your coffee station. I picked this up on Amazon, and I love it. So in here I have it labeled hot chocolate. So I have hot chocolate packets in here. So if I have a guest come over, they can help themselves to hot chocolate. Then what I have in here are creamers. These are the non-dairy creamers. And it says on there, right, creamers. Sometimes I'll put the flavored creamers in here that do not have to be refrigerated. Up here I have different options of, this is actually bone broth, a little packet to pour in with hot water. My husband, going through what we've just been through, wasn't eating, so I was able to give him some bone broth. So I put an extra one in there. Come on, let's go. Gotta let the dog in. Hang on, everybody. We keep some Splenda packets up here. That is pretty much what we use. And I have Splenda Zero, just odds and ends in here. On the top here, I have some Trader Joe's instant coffee. It comes with the sugar and creamer already in it. I like these up here. These are a grab and go. If I'm going to work, I can grab one of those. I have some packets of honey up here. We have, if you've ever heard of the Dandy blend, it's a dandelion blend. Tastes something like instant coffee, but it is healthy. I like using that as an alternative. We keep those up here as well. And I also have some 310 protein things you can add. So that's up here as well. So now let me show it from this side. I keep on this side here. This is normally filled with coffee, what do you call it? Mr. Coffee cream, Coffee Mate. Is that what you call it? You know, the powdered stuff. That's what I prefer instead of trying to stay non-dairy in my coffee. I feel better, but it's empty right now because I haven't been using it. But we keep the disposable lids here and the disposable cups here. Normally this is filled all the way up, but again, because of the virus, we went paper plates, paper cups, paper napkins, everything paper. So we have been using this up while my husband and I have been sick. But when company comes, I don't have to worry. I've got paper here. The other side of this, I'll show you. We have these little wrappers that you can put around the cups so that if your coffee cup that you've used is hot, you know, like you go to the Wawa and all that, you can get those little sleeves. I keep those here. We have spoons here. So that just sits on the end here. So when someone comes, like yourself, to have a cup of coffee or tea, you've got everything at your disposal here. Right here, I keep my current favorite tea, which is the peach passion fruit. I get this at the Dollar Tree. One box, 20 bags for $20 bags for $1. And I like these, and I'll show you because they are individually wrapped. So it's not like it's a loose tea bag. They're individually wrapped. So I keep that. And this is actually a leaf from a table that my husband added. And because of the leaves, it made it like legs, which gave me some storage. So things that are seasonal, I can store in behind there. I have this great sign. This is also from the Dollar Tree. It's a wood sign. Your attitude determines your direction. So there's another thought for the day for you guys. Then on the very end here, you can see I have 3 oils, and I'll line them up here. When we do not feel well, my son will say to me, "Mom, make your tea." And these are the 3 essential oils that I use to make an essential oils tea that we will drink down when we don't feel good. And 99% of the time, it works. So I like to keep those handy just for when we need them. So let's continue the tour down here. I put seasonal mugs up here usually. This time it's Christmas. And then behind here, I keep stashes of things. So in here, I have extra things like Maxwell House Cafe Francais. Someone had made us some homemade hot chocolate. Cold brew K-cups for my husband. These are just some other oddball things here. Back here, I just have fruit that's been all dehydrated that you can add to your tea. I have some oranges that you can use in your tea. If you saw my DIY for orange tea, that's in here. And yes, this one crazy looking mug, this is my husband's. He likes his mugs. So that is not a Christmas mug. And behind that, he has his own exclusive wicker basket with his special mugs. So we have to take care of the hubby. So he has that. And my mugs fit perfectly in here. I have 1 or 2 that are in the sink. So I have some more mugs here. Then behind these mugs here, I have a teapot for one. It's the mug and the teapot. I keep flavored teas back here. And what else do we have? Let's see. Oh, and here's another thing I have for guests. I have packets of cafe mocha cappuccino. I have soups, cup of soups. So if somebody comes over and it's, you know, 3 o'clock in the afternoon or maybe lunchtime, and they don't drink coffee, they don't drink tea, they don't want some of the dandy, you know, whatever, I can you want a cup of soup? And there we go. And we just enjoy having that as well for ourselves. Then very quickly, let me bring you down here and let me show you what we have down here. So under this curtain, I just put this just to kind of hide a few things. In here, I keep extra Splendas and extra oddball things for the coffee. Then, of course, we have friends that drink decaf coffee, so I always keep a stash of decaf coffee on hand because you never know. We keep our, well, I might as well just take that down while you're here. So then we have here, I keep a jug. We used to have our own business years ago, a coffee business, 9 to 5, and we keep that here to fill and replenish the coffee. And then I just have tons of tea. I have all kinds of English breakfast tea, Earl Grey tea. I have my tea box here. So if somebody would like a cup of tea, I can offer them many, many flavors. And then in this container here, let me show you this one. This one is all medicinal teas. So I have Breathe Easy. My husband's been using that one. We have wellness tea. We have a cleansing tea. Can't go to the bathroom? We got you covered. We have immunity tea. I have all kinds of teas for whatever ails you. So I keep my medicinal teas in here. Do I believe in those teas? Do I feel they work? Absolutely, 100% yes. Then on this side, we have mostly seasonal. On the bottom here, my fall. And then on the top here, we have our regular coffee mugs that we use. On here, I have a nice tea towel that says coffee on it that someone gave me. And then inside here is basically just storage of extra things that I don't really need to use too often. So now, just quickly over here, I'll show you. We have a little table that we picked up at Christmas tree shop. We keep our K-cups on a turntable so you can have your selection that you'd like. And then we picked up these pumps. This one is salted caramel. So if you like to do a pump of like a latte, which my husband does obviously because these are all getting low. We have a vanilla one, and then we also have a maple bourbon. So they were $3.99 at the Christmas tree shop. So again, someone comes over, we can offer them a cup of coffee, and we have different flavored creamers that they can put in, as well as they can do the foam if they want a latte. And then at the very bottom, I keep all my extra K-cups. Some of these are Dunkin' Donuts, butterscotch. I don't know, what else do we have in here? Let's see. Peppermint bark. So some of them are seasonal, some of them are not, but we just throw the extra K-cups in here. And I keep that, there's a little stand right there on the bottom. We put that there. Put my teapot back here. And listen, anytime you're able to come and visit, if you come to my home, you will always be offered a cup of hot cocoa, some tea, some coffee, some cup of soup, and you have all the fixings that you need here to stir your cocoa with a peppermint stick or enjoy your tea. And then just to the left of this coffee station, I have just a small cube refrigerator, and that in there will have regular milk, and it has different flavored coffees, coffee and creamers, and we keep water bottles in there. And our dining room table is right across from where I am. Coffee stations here, dining room tables here, which you have seen me sit at. So when you come to our home, you have the refrigerator, you need a water bottle, you need some creamers, you need something hot to drink. I hope you feel right at home when you come to my home. So again, this is nothing to write home about. It's not a beautiful coffee station, but it's functional and it's practical. And you know what the best thing about this is? When people come to my home and we offer them some coffee, oh, there's choices, and you watch their face light up. Oh, I can make hot chocolate, and there's a peppermint stick, and oh, there's flavored creamers, and I have all these things that I can choose from. There's all these things that I can choose from, and it makes them feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. It just allows good conversation. It makes them feel right at home, and that's what I want for you guys. When you enter my home, even through YouTube, I want you to feel right at home. Thanks for coming over. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and you have a great day.